great because, especially being a band that has been around a few years, it's always hard to prove yourself. It's always hard to repeat history or to keep going at least at the same level as you always been. So it's always a pleasure to see that people has been sticking with us all this year, being very loyal to the band. New fans are coming on board as well. So even if we do have an history and we went through changes and through different albums and different cycles, we're still here. We're still a contemporary band, a band that is still doing things that are interesting in 2016. We're not just living out of what we've done in the past. We're not just trying to repeat the same formula. We're trying also to be a band, Lacuna Coil, in 2016. So to be alive and have something new to say, some new influences in the music, some new ideas, some new concept that we've been developing and bring it out to people. Yeah, there is always some risk you're gonna take when you release a new album, especially us, because we always like to change a little bit. Although we do have our sound because we've been doing it for a while, so that's whatever we're gonna touch is gonna in the end turns out as Lacuna Coil song. But definitely this time around, I think we have followed the vibe that we had when we did records like Comalize or Karma Code, not repeating those music, that music, but just the same kind of approach where we were maybe a bit more naive, a bit more less experienced, and so we've been just approaching the music following the direction it was taking us. If it was going heavy, we're just gonna go and add some double bass and put some growl vocals instead of trying to mellow it down and try to blend it into the Lacuna Coil classic sound. So sometimes I think in the past, maybe in the couple past 2 or 3 records, even without realizing it, we kind of wanted to stick to our formula. In other words, we knew that we needed a song that might be a radio song. We needed a song that might please the fans in some way, even if we never really sit down and say, okay, we need to do this, but unconsciously you do have that kind of experience. And when you work with producers, you tend to listen to what they say to you, because obviously you're paying these people a lot of money and they're very experienced, so you want to learn from them, and you unconsciously you kind of find a compromise between what you want and what they want. This time around, we thought that this record was the perfect record to just self-produce, because it was just us and the music, and that's how we wanted it to be, without worrying about getting the song in the radio or not. Just go for it, just see where the music takes you. I mean, it is a new book because, first of all, it's the first record we have recorded in just 4 of us. So me, Marco, and Cristina from the original lineup, and Ryan, the new drummer, which has been with the band for a few years because he was our drum tech. So it's been almost 10 years that we're working with him, and so it's a new beginning for us in this case. Obviously it's not a real beginning, but it is a new approach that we have with the music and with our own lineup. Now we have a new guy on guitar that is helping us for all the live shows, and we are trying him as a member of the band. We will see at the end of the cycle if he likes to be with us, if we like him to be the guitar player. So far so good, and he's a friend of ours, and his name is Diego. He's from Italy as well, from Milan. And so now we're 5-piece again, and then we're saying so far so good. So we'll see how it's gonna end up, but definitely there's a lot of new flavors, new will to be on tour, new will to be in a career of a professional musician. After many years, it's important that you still have that freshness to it. Otherwise, you can't do this kind of job, because you will only start to see the negative sides of it. In the beginning, we didn't know if it was gonna be a concept album, but when we were working on the song Delirium, and the chorus is a very repetitive, obsessive kind of chorus with one word repeated, we were looking for that one word that could be cool and nice sounding and fitting well the melody. And when Delirium came out, it opened a sort of a bigger window, a projection of what was the vision of the album. So we kind of made this parallel between every song, and then we built our own little sanatorium. We call it the Lacuna Coil Sanatorium, which is an imaginary place, but we took inspiration from real sanatoriums we've been visiting around Italy. And also, for example, we did some research, and we went to see pictures of patients of real sanatoriums of the beginning of the century. And what struck our attention, it wasn't the classic horror movie kind of sanatorium, but it was more the reality, the intensity of the faces, of the look of these people, the body positioning, very unnatural, very different than a normal person would have. And so all those reality check really made us feel how strong this problem is, And so we decided to do also the booklet for the album with real pictures instead of trying to put some special effects or some blood or some. We wanted to be to treat the topic in a serious way. Yeah, we're actually working right now on a video for one of the songs, like a more of a classic video, but it will be in the same style, definitely keeping the same kind of vibe of the artwork of the record and also of the lyrics video, because we want this to be one piece. We didn't want to separate the visual from the music and the lyrics and the live show. Now we're just in the beginning of the live cycle, and so we're studying what we can do to make it even stronger. At the moment we just have the more classic, the stage clothes and the matching, the backdrop and everything is in the same mood. But obviously the more we go on, the more we can incorporate ideas and visuals. But everything will be tied to the topic of the Delirium. And this time around, even with the label, we are working a little different. That we're not doing things we always did the way we always did. We're just, for example, usually you normally release the video for the first single before the album comes out or where the song hits the iTunes or the radio. This time around we're more focusing on getting the best result for the video the way we wanted it to be, instead of being in a rush or keeping some kind of deadline. We have noticed with the label that sometimes this just works better nowadays because people is so heavily loaded with information from the internet, and that it's true that you can get a lot of people right there, but it's true also that it's very the span of attention is very short, so it's important that you give them something special more than something quick right now. Hello everyone, this is Andrea from Lacuna Coil and you're watching Louder Noise, the loudest noise on earth.